afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel. I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. That's where we're syndicated. And check out the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. And if you would like to send an email, you have a suggestion for a show, or maybe you would like to be part of the birthday club, the anniversary club, or date night club where you can win a gift certificate to a really nice restaurant, you can send an email to donna@donnasedge.com. donna@donnasedge.com. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about vacation time. Sometimes people just get a little stressed out. Okay, you're going to go on family vacation. You got the young kids there, and you're afraid they're going to act up, or you're afraid they're not going to be happy. You're afraid of this, you're afraid of that. But you know something? Family vacation times they're moments you'll never ever forget. And even if it is a weird moment, you can always use it on your kids later in life. You know what I mean? But we're going to talk about tips for travel with less stress. I'm for that. I know you are too. So let's talk about it. I found this on a website called upgradedpoints.com. Upgradedpoints.com. Traveling with the family, okay? Now, traveling with a whole family can be a little bit overwhelming. Let's say you've only been married a few months, and then a baby comes along. You used to taking trips with your hubby, and before he was your hubby, he was your boyfriend, or she was your girlfriend, she's now your wife. Any of that, and it was just, you just jump in the car and you just go. Well, then you have a baby, and it comes with extra responsibilities. You got diapers, you got baby formula, you got all this stuff, you know what I mean, that you have to carry around. Plus you have to worry about the baby. Is it going to cry? Is it going to have diaper rash? Am I going to hurt him? Am I going to, when a baby's born, I remember thinking when I was in the hospital and the doctor said, "Oh, you got a boy, he looks like he's going to be a football player." Well, he was, and he also loved sports like crazy. But I remember looking at him thinking, I hope I don't hurt it. The doctor laughed at me when I said that. I said, I hope I don't hurt it. And so anyway, I didn't. He's now like 44 years old now. So he made it through even me raising him. But going on trips can be a total different ball game, right? Sure can. Traveling can be overwhelming, especially with kiddos. And being prepared is one of the best things you can do. Get prepared, get ready for the trip. And I like to say this, I love going on trips. I'm already ready for the next trip that comes up. Phil could say, hey, Donna, you want to go to Nashville, or you want to go wherever? And I'm going to go, yeah, give me just a few minutes. I'm going ahead and get the bag packed. I'm ready. So it's a fun thing, but you got to be prepared. And then things are going to run smoothly. But there are some things you can do that's going to save you stress and it's going to save you time. So let's talk about those tips. Number one, take it slow. Yeah, that's one thing that's really hard for me to do because I'm used to just jumping in and doing things. But think about this. Planning for extra time is the opposite of what many solo travelers do. But it's exactly what you need to do if you're traveling with kids. Now, traveling, because if you're stressed, they're going to be stressed. That's just how it is. Now, when traveling with the family, everything's going to take longer than you expect, including if you go on a plane. Checking in at the airport, that's going to take a little longer. Getting through security, post 9/11, buying snacks and drinks because everybody's going to change their mind 1,000 times, and even boarding the plane, it's going to take a little bit longer than it did when you were single or when it was just the two of you. So be sure to get to the airport early and have plenty of time for things to go wrong, because they will. You don't want to miss your flight because it took an extra 10 minutes just to get the stroller and bottles through security, or then you're stuck at the airport waiting to be rescheduled with unhappy children. Not fun. And leaving extra time applies to all parts of your trip. So when you're traveling with kids, you may not be able to squeeze 4 museums. Remember that. 3 restaurants and a walking tour and a bike ride on the same day. It's okay to slow down, and it's okay to do less. But it's what pictures are for, okay? Now here's the bottom line. Keep your schedule loose and leave plenty of room for adjustment. You're going to need it. A flexible schedule will also create less stress on you and your family and lead to a happier trip overall. Don't overpack. Oh man, that's an issue with me. I want to pack, especially when Brad was little. You'd always think, well, I might get stranded somewhere. I got to make sure he's got enough milk. I got to make sure he's got enough diapers. I got to make sure this is blah blah blah. Parents have a tendency to pack everything kids use at home. You might think bringing familiar items will keep your routines consistent and just to make sure you have everything you need. Now, at the end of a long day, though, there is a good chance you'll end up carrying less than one kid, and you don't want to be carrying 100 pounds of luggage. Not fun. Instead, pack as little as possible. Now, the act of traveling itself will mess up your home routine, so try to preserve all of them. Is it going to work anyway? You're not at home. Just remember that you're on a trip. It will just lead to frustration and a sore neck, but carrying everything. Instead, pack as little as possible. The act of traveling itself will mess your home routine. So if you find you're missing something you need, you can always buy it at your destination. It may be a bit more difficult in less developed countries, but most places you want to take your kids will probably have the essentials you need to take care of them anyway. And by the way, any trip we ever go on, from when Brad was small to now, I always wanted to find a hotel that would be close to the department store, like a Walmart, or a grocery store, like a home-owned type grocery store. That always kind of helps too, just in case you forget something. Okay, pre-book everything you can. Boy, I can't say that enough. Pre-book. I've done this the other way, and it's not fun. You might be used to showing up at a destination feeling a feel for the town and picking a place to stay, but this does not work with kids. When you arrive in a new place, you want to go straight to your lodging, drop off the bags, and give the kids a chance to rest, and you a chance to rest. This is especially true if it's been a long travel day, so pre-booking the accommodations is important. If you want a bit of flexibility on location, book the first night or two ahead of time and decide where to stay the rest of the trip once you get settled in. That's an awesome idea. Wish I'd used that a long time ago. Anything you book ahead of time is one less thing you've got to worry about while trying to keep your whole family fed, amused, and happy on the trip. Don't forget to use the right credit card for your pre-booked flights, hotels, and activities as well. To help you out, I'm going to tell you something that really works. Okay, so don't use the debit card. I use a Capital One Walmart card for everything. I do that because I get money back. So if I order something on Walmart.com and I go pick it up or they have it shipped, I get 5% back. That adds up after a while. Also, if I want to go to Walmart, and that could be in any other part of the world where there's a Walmart, I can use the card and get 2% back, okay? If I spend it on anything else, now some restaurants I get 2% back. So have a card you use, and let me tell you why you want to use a credit card instead of your debit card. First of all, if someone steals your credit card, no problem. This is how it works. You can call the credit card company, tell them your credit card has been stolen. It automatically blocks, and it'll also, everything that you think has been charged on there that you did not charge, they'll put a hold on that. So you're not going to be charged for those things, and it's much easier to get it cleared. I had a debit card one time taken, and it took me forever to get that straightened out with the bank. Now, I deal with Liberty Bank. It's a small local bank to my area. Smaller banks are going to be much more user-friendly. I'm going to tell you why I deal with Liberty Bank right here in Geraldine, Alabama. It's a good place to go. They have other locations in North Alabama as well. But think about that. When you're traveling, get a designated credit card. Now, don't go overboard to that credit card, okay? Because you want to pay that off before it's due. Then that way, even if you have to sacrifice a little bit, that way you won't be paying the extra finance charges. Nothing is worse than that, okay? Extra finances charge. I thought it was expensive enough. Now I'm charged finances charge. Well, it's because you didn't wait, okay? You went on ahead and paid. Okay, now, hot tip. In addition to lodging and flights, items you can book ahead of time include private and public transportation, sightseeing tours, private guides and tickets for museums, themes, parks, and other attractions. Now, pre-booking gives you more time to relax and enjoy your destination when you get there. And guess what? If you've pre-booked, you don't have to go wait in the back of the line. If you've pre-booked, there's an area normally, not always, that you can walk up and go, look, I pre-booked. Here are my tickets. And you walked way ahead of that long line of other people who didn't do it. Okay, so let's pre-book. Okay, we're going to a break in just a few minutes, but let's talk about outlining the trip for the kids. Introducing kids to the planned trip ahead of time is especially important for first-time travelers. Now, when kids are uncomfortable, they aren't happy. You know that. which can happen if there are way too many things going on. They're all confused. We're not at home. Where's my baby bottle? Where's my toy? Where's my favorite doggy? Whatever. They're going to be unhappy. So in reviewing the trip plans, your kids will know what to expect. You tell them what to expect. You're the parents, remember? You tell them. They don't tell you. As a result, we'll be more comfortable with what's going on around them. This can include telling them they can expect what they can expect at the airport, on the plane, and once they arrive at the destination. You can even go over your expectations for their behavior throughout the trip, okay? Yes. All right, bottom line, once your children understand what's going on, they're less likely to ask questions while you're trying to take care of travel logistics. They'll be happier, more comfortable, and excited about what's coming up next because you've been up front with them and you've told them. We may have to wait just a little bit, so be up front. Snack, 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 snack. I can't say this enough. Okay, hungry kids can make a family trip miserable in just a matter of minutes. Always have snacks available for the kids. Okay, try to make it healthy if you can. You never know how long you might have to wait between meals. There could be a delayed flight, unexpected travel getting to the hotel, or a tour that takes a little bit longer than you thought it would take. In addition, the food at your destination may be different than what your kids usually eat. They may happily order lunch and only eat 2 bites because it wasn't what they were expecting, and then be just irritating the next hour or so. So don't forget adult snacks too, because you're going to get hungry too, okay? No deal. Bottom line, having a stash of snacks with you at all times can keep everyone happy until you can refuel, okay? Because you're not happy either when you don't eat on time. Everybody's a bear. Let's go into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community
Good
College.
afternoon. We are back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182, channel on our communications right here in North Alabama. You can also find us on worldwide syndication, and that's through Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. You can also find the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. If you have any questions, you would like to send an email, donna@donnasedge.com. donna@donnasedge.com. We're talking about family travel. Oh my goodness, family moments. You know what? Some of the things in the past I thought would be just a total disaster. Just different little things can happen. And you would think, oh my God, it's going to be a horrible, horrible trip. Wound up being like one of the most fun trips you could ever have. It's those unexpected things that can actually make it a fun trip. So don't freak out when the kids get nasty and they don't get what they want. A little spanking never hurts, but make sure you carry plenty of snacks. I think that's probably the biggest thing I found from the view right here. Okay, ask for discounts. Okay, if you are a senior citizen like I do, I always ask for discounts. There's nothing wrong with that. I've earned that right, okay? I'm in my 60s. I can ask for discounts. Sometimes you get discounts on children. When you're going out to restaurants, sometimes there are children discounted meals. Sometimes kids eat for free. And that's the neat thing about the internet these days is you're going to go to family-friendly restaurants, by the way. Don't make it a drawn out long and make it hard on other customers who are there. Family friendly, ask if there are discounts for kids. You can also find those on their Facebook page if that is a deal, and also their internet page website. Okay, ask for discounts. Asking for a child's discounts can really save you a lot of money every single time you travel. You'll be shocked when you realize how many places actually offer those discounts for children. Ask for discounts on transportation, including buses and trains, private guides, tours, attraction entrance fees, restaurants, and again, sometimes they have the really good promotions where kids eat either free or half price. So that's a good deal. Sometimes you can find child pricing on the company's website, just like I just mentioned, but just as often there's no mention of a discount. Check the Facebook page. A lot of times they do that. Even when there's nothing written, be sure to ask. And I'll tell you something else you can do. If you've got their Facebook page, Ask them if they give a discount if you give them a real good review. Sometimes they'll do that. So think about that. A quick email ahead of time or a simple question when you're buying tickets can save you as much as half the cost when traveling. That's a pretty good discount. Bottom line, you never know unless you ask. What's going to somebody say? They'll say no. Is that going to hurt anything? No, just move on to the next thing. We found that businesses are often willing to give discounts to kids. Now, number 8, accept that things will go wrong. That's in life anyway, right? In general, this point cannot be overstated. So they're going to address it again. When you travel with kids, things will go wrong. They just will. Maybe your little one has to go to the bathroom and you end up missing the bus. How many times has that happened? Maybe your teenager will leave his iPhone on a taxi with no way to get it back. Maybe you find a great restaurant for kids at your destination only to arrive and find it has been closed for renovations. Ooh, boy, it was really horrible to travel during those COVID years, wasn't it? There's really nothing you can do to avoid these situations. Now, the sooner you accept the inevitable, the less stress you're going to find when it happens. Bottom line, remember travel is an adventure. Even if it's only a few speed bumps, the experience you're giving your kids is irreplaceable. Kids always remember trips. We always remember every trip we took to the Birmingham Zoo, the Jimmy Morgan Zoo. Of course, Mother always had to go by the botanical gardens on the way back, too. That wasn't so fun when I was a kid. But it's a lot of fun going trips. Give those experiences to your kids, okay? A history trip is really good. In Chattanooga, there are all kinds of destinations for if you want to go and check out the Civil War and stuff like that. It's a good thing to do. Kids need to know our history. Okay, let's see. Keep track of your child. Yes, even if you have to put them on a leash. I know people look down on that, but I'd rather have my kid on a leash, especially if they're unruly, than have them go lost and somebody find them and hurt them. Okay, keeping track of your child seems obvious, but it's important enough to mention. No matter what you're doing, whether things are going smoothly, if you're having a nightmare with the kids not behaving, kids are just going to be kids. So you may be surprised how easy it is to get wrapped up in something, and the next thing you know, your child has just wandered into the shop, into the train station to check out candy bars. That's another reason you want to keep snacks around. If you're traveling with another parent or adult, share the duties, okay? Because it can get tiresome for one person. One person buys the tickets and the other watches the kids. Good idea. If you're traveling alone with the kids, hold their hands or have them sit in your line of sight while you take care of business. I always made Brad hang on to either my shirt or my pants or my skirt, whatever. He had to be holding on to me at all times. Okay, even the most vigilant person can lose track of children. If your children are prone to wandering off, consider using a small GPS tracker that can attach to their shoes or to their belt. The tracker will alert you if your child gets too far away and will let you track them to see exactly where they went, and it will give you peace of mind. But make sure you keep the battery charged on it, okay, on the tracker. Give your kids your contact information. Now, if a child gets lost despite your best efforts, you'll want to have them with your contact information. Your contact information should include the following items: your name, your phone number, your email address, and your local address, okay? For young children, the best way to share contact is with a note in one of their pockets. If they don't have pockets, tie a little card to the belt loop or stick it in their shoe. Don't be afraid to get creative, but make sure your child knows where to find it, okay? Now, help older kids memorize their phone number and email address. If they need the local address where you're staying, write it down for them or have them put the information in their phones. We all know teenagers not going to go very far without their cell phones. We all know that. Travel with basic medicines. Now, one of the easiest way to ruin a day of travel, or maybe the entire trip, is to have a sick family member. It can be even worse if the whole family gets sick. Ooh, it can be horrid. Whether your child has an upset stomach from the bumpy bus ride or you discover you're allergic to certain kinds of tree pollen, you will want to be prepared. It's always good to take a few over-the-counter medications with you. So consider things like headache medicines, allergy medicines, medicine for upset stomach, motion sickness prevention medication. If anyone in your family takes prescription medication, Make sure you've got that, okay? Now, whenever possible, take your medications in their original packaging, especially prescription medications. If you can't take the original package, take a copy of the prescription so you can show exactly what your prescription is and why you have it. This can come in handy at border crossings and your luggage is searched. Before your trip, check regulations for the destination and confirm you're allowed to enter the country. Got to make sure of that with your medications without filling out additional paperwork or getting special permission. We all know filling out extra paperwork can really take a long time, especially if it's in going across the border. Anything to do with the government, I'll just say. Special needs in local languages. Special needs might be straightforward for you to talk about and explain at home, but it can be tricky if you're traveling to another country and you can't speak their local language. If anyone in your family has special needs, just be prepared to talk about them while you're traveling. You should be able to explain. Could be like allergies, special diets such as vegan, vegetarian, soy-free, gluten-free, and special physical or mental needs. Now, aside from learning the local language, the best thing you can do is to use an online translation tool. Those are readily available. Some are even free out there. You can also get apps, by the way. Print out explanations of your family's needs and your destination's local language. You can make cards in both English and the local language. These cards can be easy for you to hand to hotel staff, your waiter at a restaurant, or anyone else who needs to understand your special situation. This way you can ensure your family gets the treatment you need and no one has to experience the discomfort of trying to explain a problem with hand motions or funny faces. Okay? Hot tip. If you're traveling on to several countries with different languages, you may need a few sets of cards to just make a set for each language. Identification, documentation. Okay. Always check the countries you're traveling to so you know if there's any additional paperwork you need to cross borders with children. Often, but not always, passports are all you need to travel with kids. However, some countries require you to carry each child's original birth certificate to prove you are the child's parent, and you have the right to leave and enter the country without them. So I would just take that along. Hot tip, don't have your little one's passport yet. You can get that. You can go ahead and do a Google search to getting a U.S. passport for your baby. Step by step, how to do that. Having the proper paperwork is especially crucial if you're traveling without your child's other parent, or if you're traveling with children who are not your own. In either of these cases, some countries may require that you have documentation like copies of birth certificates or notes from the child's non-present parents to prove you have permission to travel with the child. Now, sometimes documents will need to be notarized and available in both English and the language of your destination. That said, it's a good chance you'll never need to show additional documentation, even if it's listed as required. Bottom line for all this, okay, it's always best to be prepared. So if you have any issues during the trip and you need identification form, you certainly don't have to wait until hand it over. Before you go, be sure to check out your post, okay? Bring a car seat. It's no longer safe for a child to ride in a car without a car seat when you're away from home than it is when you're at home. Okay, all the same laws apply. Make sure you bring electronic devices. Also bring new toys and books for the kiddos. You got to keep them happy. Pack a special toy. Give kids a camera to play with. Let them take pictures, okay? And also and cameras, by the way, are not near as expensive as they used to be. Bring a travel journal. And all these things are absolutely fantastic. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of The Edge on ISC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Hope you have a fantastic day. I'm looking forward to seeing you later on with an awesome guest. Don't forget that podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. You can send any questions you may have about the show, or if you'd like to be part of the birthday, anniversary, or birthday club, there's the email address right there, Donna@donnasedge.com. You take care, and thank you so much for watching.